And now it's time for Bum Reviews with Chester A. Bum. Tonight's review, X-Men First Class.
Oh my god, this is the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life! Spoilers! There's this guy named Magneto, only he's not Gandalf in this movie. He's a tiny little boy. Oh, in a concentration camp. Oh. And there's this Nazi who's a bad guy. Why is it the Nazis are always the bad guys? And he makes a deal with little Magneto. Move that coin or else I'm going to shoot your mother. Hey, that's good. Just move it into my cup. And Magneto is like, I can't move it unless I'm really, really angry. Oh, well, why didn't you say so? I'm so angry I'm going to use all my magnetic powers to kill everybody in this room! Except me? No, I'll let you live for some reason. Well, how long do you think that's gonna last? Till I'm an adult, then I'll try to kill you. Oh, good, I got time. And then we see another little boy named Xavier, only he isn't Jean-Luc Picard yet. He's also a tiny little boy. He comes across a tiny little girl, who will later grow up to not be so tiny. And so little Xavier is like, I'm going through puberty just looking at you. You wanna stay with us? Won't your parents mind? Nah, I can control their minds. Watch, she's staying. Okay. Cool. So Xavier grows up into Mr. Tumnus, and the little girl grows up into not quite as hot as Rebecca Romaine Stamos, but still pretty hot. So they're brother and sister now. Didn't know that. And Magneto grows up into a very angry person who wants to destroy every Kevin Bacon Nazi he can find. Which is good, because I hear there's only 3. So the CIA discovers that mutants exist, and they discover that Kevin Bacon is a mutant who wants to start a war between the USA and Russia. Because he's tired of the world playing the game 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. He always wins all the time. Apple pie. I like apple pie. 1 degree, I win. So Xavier and Magneto join forces to stop the evil Kevin Bacon Nazi. And Xavier is like, control your power. You must first control your anger. Just like how I control my hair loss. Why is it I don't trust you? And they come across another mutant named Hank McCoy, or as everybody calls him, Beast! Why? Because Beauty and the Hank McCoy doesn't sound as catchy. But he isn't a beast yet, he just has hands on his feet! I had hands on my feet once! Then I took him off. Oh, and Wolverine has a cameo! Hi, Wolverine. Okay. By the way, you know this is PG-13, right? I'm only saying it once. Good. You know, for kids! So the Kevin Bacon Nazi gets help from this woman named Emma Frost, who can turn her entire body into diamonds! Oh my gosh, she's one of the vampires from Twilight! Stop her! Her pretentiousness will eat us alive! So Xavier gets all these other young mutants together, but then the Kevin Bacon Nazi drops by, and he's like, oh, the least popular mutant, step forward to join my team. Why? Because you're probably gonna die and you're expendable. I got more screen time than Hugh Jackman. Wait a minute, I'm Darwin and I can't let this happen. Darwin, what do? I evolve! Can you evolve from death? Probably not. Hadouken! Oh. Darwin! You were taken from us too soon. I feel like I only knew you for 10 minutes. Oh, wait. Because I only knew you for 9. So now the X-Men are really pissed off and want to go after the Kevin Bacon Nazi. So they start training themselves to be tough and find it's not so bad to be a mutant. Except for Hank, he's a bit of a whiner. I don't like having hands on my feet. That's why I created a cure to stop it. Oh, wait, silly me. Instead of reversing the mutation, it does the exact friggin' opposite. How could I have missed that? I think I'm a bad scientist. So the beast turns really hairy? And everybody's like, don't feel so bad. One day James Cameron will want to rip that off. So the X-Men are off to stop the war between the Russians and the USAans. Everybody's flying around shooting missiles at each other. And then Magneto comes across the Kevin Bacon Nazi. And just when Magneto has him exactly where he wants him, he says, I'm gonna count to 3 and move this coin. Oh, I'll take it, I'll take it. Ooh, I do not want that coin. So Magneto steals his spear magic helmet, and Magneto is like, we must stop them before they fire their missiles at us. But Xavier is like, dude, they're not gonna fire their missiles at us. Fire our missiles at them. Okay, you're really not helping. But Magneto takes the missiles and throws it right back at them, and Xavier is like, you're a jerk. You're a jerk. But then somebody fires a gun and Magneto accidentally flings the bullet into Xavier's backside. I had a bullet in my backside once. Never called Ted Nugent funny looking. So Xavier falls to the ground and can't feel his legs anymore! Which is weird, seeing how he can control and move other people, yet he can't move his legs? I don't know. And Magneto is like, fellow mutants, you are either with me or against me! And Mystique is like, sorry Charles, even though you're my brother, you can't walk anymore and I have no motivation to go with him. I'm going to go with him. For some reason, I'm totally cool with this. Okay, bye! But then Xavier is like, oh, by the way, a long time from now, when I lose my hair and you look a lot older, is there any chance we can put aside our differences for one day, go to a girl's house and say, wow, she looks incredible, and act like we're friends? As long as we can go back to being enemies immediately after. Well, that goes without saying. So Xavier opens up his school of freaks and geeks. Magneto goes to get Emma Frost out of jail. And all sorts of continuity is totally screwed up. Hooray! So obviously they're gonna make a kinda sorta sequel out of this kinda sorta prequel. But only if this one kinda sorta makes money. And there's only one way for that to happen. Change! You got change! Oh, come on, I promise I'll give it to the movie makers. Come on, change! What if I promise to get Gambit in the next movie? I'll change her from a 10-minute cameo to an 11-minute cameo! Nazis are always the bad guys.
I don't know if I'm gonna put that in.